Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money and opportunities without even trying? It's not just luck, it's their aura. Your aura is the invisible force that surrounds you, and when it's trained properly, it becomes a magnet for wealth, abundance, and success. Today, I'm going to show you how to train your aura so that prosperity can't help but find you. The aura is a magnetic field that mirrors your inner thoughts and beliefs. It is not seen by the natural eye, yet it is felt by every soul you meet. Like the fragrance of a flower or the warmth of sunlight, your aura silently announces who you are and what you hold within. If the heart is filled with fear, the aura trembles and weakens. If the mind is filled with faith, the aura glows and extends like a golden crown. Every thought is a brushstroke upon this invisible canvas, every belief a thread woven into its radiant garment. Your aura cannot lie. It reflects truthfully the vibrations of your inner world. If you think thoughts of poverty, doubt, and struggle, the aura grows dull, heavy, and sluggish. It draws back instead of extending, it repels opportunity instead of welcoming it. But when your mind rests upon ideas of abundance, joy, and expectancy, the aura expands with light. It shines like a beacon, and wealth, like a moth to the flame, cannot help but draw near. For the aura is the magnet of spirit, and what is magnetized inward is only the outpicturing of what is believed within. Consider the person who enters a room with assurance, gratitude, and quiet confidence. Even without speaking, their presence is felt. Others turn to them, opportunities unfold, and resources make their way into their hands. It is not chance nor charm, but the radiance of a trained aura. The aura is clothed in thoughts of wealth, colored with gratitude, and strengthened with certainty. In such a presence, people feel uplifted, doors of favor swing open, and the unseen hand of supply moves to deliver. Words are the most powerful paints for the aura. A careless word of complaint casts a gray shadow, while a word of gratitude lights it with gold. Speak lack, and the aura echoes it back. Speak abundance, and the aura glows brighter. Each word carries weight, shaping the unseen field around you. The aura does not question whether you jest or mean what you say. It simply mirrors and amplifies. This is why the discipline of speech is the discipline of wealth. By speaking words of faith, expectation, and joy, you train the aura to carry prosperity before you even see it with the eyes. Belief is the architect of the aura's strength. Belief in limitation ties knots within the field, making it brittle and fragile. Belief in infinite supply stretches the aura wide, strong, and radiant. Faith is the substance that feeds this magnetic field, causing it to pulse with power and certainty. When you believe that wealth flows to you, when you believe that opportunities belong to you, the aura rises in agreement. It extends its reach into unseen places, summoning channels and connections that the natural eye could never predict. The aura is also nourished by gratitude. Gratitude is the polishing cloth that clears away doubt, fear, and shadows of worry. When the heart is thankful, the aura sparkles, and wealth is irresistibly drawn to that brightness. Gratitude is magnetic because it says, I already have, I already receive, I already overflow. This declaration strengthens the aura and multiplies its light. Fear, on the other hand, clouds the aura. Worry builds a fog around the field and prevents opportunities from finding their way to you. Fear whispers of loss, and the aura mirrors loss. Worry imagines lack, and the aura repeats lack. To train your aura for wealth, you must release fear as one would drop a stone into a river. Let it go swiftly so that the aura may remain clear, bright, and receptive to every blessing. Visualization clothes the aura with garments of riches before they appear. When you see yourself in the mind's eye walking in abundance, your aura takes on that image and begins to project it into the world. The aura is like a stage upon which imagination performs, and what is rehearsed there becomes reality in time. To imagine yourself wealthy, free, and overflowing is to weave those qualities into the aura until they are seen outwardly as fact. Generosity strengthens the aura with circulation. When you give freely, without fear of depletion, your aura widens, pulses, and calls forth even more. Giving is like a breath. Without exhale, there is no inhale. A stingy spirit constricts the aura, but a generous one expands it to receive greater supply. What flows out in love returns multiplied, for the aura is ever reflecting the rhythm of the soul. Joy is another key to magnetic radiance. When the heart rejoices, the aura dances with light, sending out vibrations that wealth cannot resist. Joy and wealth are companions, and where joy is cultivated, prosperity follows naturally. A joyful aura is irresistible, filled with expectancy, lightness, and radiant energy. Wealth flows to an aura that vibrates with confidence, gratitude, and expectancy. The aura is the field of light that surrounds every soul, and it cannot be hidden. It is the silent magnet that speaks louder than words, the unseen robe that declares what the heart truly believes. When it hums with confidence, when it shines with gratitude, when it glows with expectancy, wealth hurries to it as iron filings to a magnet. Confidence is the backbone of the aura. Without it, the aura weakens, collapses inward, and repels the very blessings it longs for. With confidence, the aura stands tall, expands wide, and announces to the universe, "I am ready to receive." This kind of confidence is not arrogance, nor is it vanity. It is the knowing that life is abundant and that you are part of that abundance. It is the assurance that supply is endless and that every need will be met in perfect timing. Confidence steadies the aura, strengthens its current, and makes it irresistible to wealth. When one carries themselves with true confidence, people feel it without a word being spoken. Opportunities open, strangers become allies, and doors that once seemed locked swing wide. Confidence charges the aura with a steady hum of power. It sends out vibrations that wealth recognizes, and riches are drawn like bees to nectar. The aura, bathed in confidence, becomes a living announcement of prosperity. Gratitude is the light that polishes the aura until it gleams. A thankful heart produces a radiant field that cannot help but attract good. Gratitude says, "I already have more than enough, and I rejoice in it." That vibration paints the aura in shimmering gold, the color of supply and expansion. Gratitude does not wait for riches to arrive. It calls them in by acknowledging the abundance that is already here. Each word of thanks strengthens the aura, makes it glow brighter, and summons wealth from hidden places. The grateful aura does not whine or complain, for it knows that complaint clouds the light. Instead, it sings of blessings, even in the smallest things. This song of thanksgiving makes the aura magnetic, and prosperity cannot resist responding. Gratitude is the perfume of the spirit, and wherever it is carried, the atmosphere changes. It brightens the energy of others, it softens hard places, and it draws supply like a lodestone. Expectancy is the forward motion of the aura. It is the energy that says, "I know something good is on its way." Expectancy stretches the aura outward like a hand reaching to receive a gift. Without expectancy, the aura grows stagnant, content to circle in the same patterns. But with expectancy, it pulses, expands, and reaches into the unseen for what belongs to it. Wealth is drawn to this vibration because it carries faith in action. Expectancy whispers to the universe, "I am ready, I am prepared, I am waiting with joy," and the universe answers by delivering. An aura that vibrates with expectancy is alive with anticipation. It does not worry about when or how, it simply knows that wealth is certain. It walks with the quiet assurance that good is unfolding and that doors will open at the appointed hour. This expectancy gives the aura a quality of invitation. It invites supply, it welcomes opportunity, it attracts resources from places known and unknown. Confidence, gratitude, and expectancy together create a field that is unshakable. Confidence provides strength, gratitude adds radiance, and expectancy sets the aura in motion. When these three are woven into the aura, wealth flows as naturally as rivers to the sea. The aura becomes a beacon, a shining magnet, a field of irresistible energy. Wherever such a person walks, abundance follows, for their very presence declares that prosperity has already arrived in spirit, and so it must appear in form. Poverty consciousness weakens the aura, while prosperity consciousness strengthens it. The aura is ever a reflection of thought, and whatever is entertained in the inner chamber of the mind will show itself in the radiance or the dimness of the field around you. Poverty consciousness is not simply a lack of money, but the habit of expecting lack, fearing lack, and speaking lack. It is a subtle disease of thought, a shadow that creeps into the aura and robs it of light. Wherever poverty consciousness lives, the aura shrinks, its colors dull, its vibration falters, and it loses the power to draw in abundance. Poverty consciousness whispers that there is never enough, that blessings are reserved for others, that opportunities are rare and fleeting. When these lies are believed, the aura mirrors them faithfully. It grows weak, brittle, and fragile. Like a lamp running low on oil, it flickers and struggles to shine. The energy that should attract supply instead repels it, for wealth cannot be drawn into a field that vibrates with fear and lack. Poverty consciousness creates holes in the aura, draining its strength and leaving the soul vulnerable to worry, envy, and despair. Every time a thought of limitation is repeated, the aura bends under its weight. Words of lack carve pathways of weakness into the field until it no longer stands as a magnet but collapses inward like a deflated balloon. A person bound by poverty consciousness may strive outwardly, but inwardly their aura resists prosperity. They may chase wealth, but it slips from their grasp, for their field does not support the flow. Poverty is not an external enemy, it is an internal vibration that reproduces itself outwardly. Prosperity consciousness, however, is the elixir that strengthens the aura. It is the steady conviction that abundance is natural, that supply is infinite, that blessings belong to you by divine right. When the mind chooses prosperity, the aura responds immediately. It expands, its colors brighten, and its vibration grows strong and steady. Prosperity consciousness is not arrogance. It is harmony with truth. It is the understanding that the universe is overflowing with good, and that to align with it is to partake in that overflow. A person filled with prosperity consciousness carries a field of light that cannot be ignored. Their aura hums with vitality, and opportunities are drawn to them as though by unseen cords. Others feel safe, uplifted, and inspired in their presence, for the aura communicates strength and abundance. It becomes a fertile ground where ideas, resources, and wealth take root and multiply. This field, charged with prosperity, becomes a magnet that continually attracts new channels of supply. Prosperity consciousness speaks a different language than poverty. Poverty says, "I cannot afford." Prosperity says, "I expect increase." Poverty says, "It is too difficult." Prosperity says, "All doors open to me." Poverty waits in fear of loss. Prosperity rests in faith of gain. Each word spoken from prosperity consciousness paints the aura with light, fortifying its walls and strengthening its pulse. The more these words are spoken, the more the aura becomes a fortress of abundance unshaken by outer circumstances. Gratitude, joy, and faith are the companions of prosperity consciousness, and wherever they are present, the aura is luminous. Gratitude feeds it, joy expands it, and faith seals it with certainty. Poverty consciousness is barren soil, but prosperity consciousness is fertile ground where every seed of good bears fruit. When the mind turns to prosperity, the aura becomes a radiant sun, shining steadily and drawing all that is needed into its orbit. Words and affirmations color the aura with power or with lack. Every syllable spoken is a brush dipped in spirit's paint, and with it, the aura is tinted, brightened, or dimmed. The aura does not question the intention behind the word, nor does it separate jest from belief. It simply absorbs and reflects what is uttered. Words are seeds, and the aura is the soil in which they take root. Speak words of life, and the aura glows with strength. Speak words of lack, and the aura grows heavy, dull, and weak. The tongue is the chisel that shapes the unseen. When words of fear or doubt are repeated, they carve dark grooves in the aura, weakening its field. A person who constantly says, "I cannot," "I lack," or "it is impossible," wraps their aura in chains. They may not see the shackles, but others feel them. The aura becomes weighted, the field contracted, and opportunities slip past as though repelled by the vibration of defeat. Words of lack invite lack, for the aura echoes every declaration, magnifying it until it becomes form. Affirmations of power, however, clothe the aura in radiance. Words such as, "I am blessed," "I prosper in all I do," or "supply flows to me in perfect ways," weave golden threads into the field. These affirmations do not create power, they reveal it. They awaken the aura to what already belongs to the soul by divine right. Each repetition strengthens the vibration, layering the aura with energy that attracts wealth and success. Affirmations are not mere phrases, they are commands that summon the unseen to take shape in the visible. When affirmations are spoken with faith, the aura begins to vibrate differently, its frequency rises, and the energy it emits draws in what harmonizes with its tone. Just as a tuning fork calls another into resonance, so does the aura call prosperity when charged with words of abundance. The aura becomes a magnetic song, carrying the melody of supply into the atmosphere until wealth answers the note. Careless speech is one of the greatest thieves of the aura's power. Many speak casually of lack, not realizing they are painting their aura with shadows. Words such as, "I'm broke," "I never get ahead," or "nothing works for me," etch dull colors into the field and broadcast them into the world. These statements may be said in passing or in jest, but the aura takes no jest. It receives the word as instruction and colors itself accordingly. This is why discipline of the tongue is discipline of destiny. The aura thrives on the language of life, not death, of increase, not decrease, of faith, not fear. Every time you declare, "I receive," "I am supplied," or "I am favored," the aura responds by expanding. It grows brighter, stronger, more magnetic. People sense the energy without understanding why. They are drawn to the presence, for it carries an unseen wealth that precedes visible riches. Words become the unseen wardrobe of the soul, and affirmations are the garments of power. Children often shine with pure, vibrant auras because their words are filled with imagination, play, and belief. As life progresses, many dim their light with words of doubt and disappointment. Yet, the aura can be retrained at any time. By choosing words of prosperity and affirmations of abundance, the colors shift again, the light returns, and the field regains its strength. The aura is ever responsive, waiting to be spoken into alignment with truth. The spoken word is not empty air, it is vibration, it is command, it is creation. When words of wealth are uttered, the aura responds by building the channels through which that wealth must flow. When affirmations of health, joy, and success are repeated, the aura broadcasts them into the atmosphere until reality bends to meet them. The aura is clothed in what the tongue declares, and the choice lies always in the speaker's hand. Gratitude is the polish that brightens the aura and draws blessings. The aura, like a mirror, reflects the inner state of the heart. When it is clouded with complaint, resentment, or forgetfulness of good, it grows dim and loses its magnetism. But gratitude wipes away the dust, clears the shadows, and makes the aura shine with brilliance. A grateful heart illuminates the field with colors of gold and light, and wherever such light is present, blessings are irresistibly drawn. The soul that practices gratitude is never poor, for it is constantly acknowledging abundance. Gratitude says, "I already have, and I rejoice in it," and this declaration multiplies what is held. Just as the sun strengthens a flower by shining upon it, so does gratitude strengthen the aura by brightening its glow. It does not wait for wealth to appear before it gives thanks. Instead, it gives thanks in advance, and by doing so, it sets the aura in tune with supply. Gratitude does not simply respond to blessings, it creates the atmosphere in which blessings must come. Every thankful thought is a spark that lights up the aura. A whispered thank you for health, for provision, for the smallest kindness is like a drop of oil upon a lamp. The aura begins to burn steadily, glowing with warmth and beauty. Those who cross paths with a grateful soul feel the radiance even if they cannot name it. They are uplifted, inspired, and inclined to give, for the aura's brightness calls forth generosity from the world around it. Gratitude magnetizes people, opportunities, and resources, for all are drawn to light. Complaint, on the other hand, dulls the aura like smoke upon glass. It clouds perception and repels blessings. Each word of discontent scratches the polish of the aura, dimming its shine until opportunities no longer recognize it. Where gratitude multiplies, complaint diminishes. The grateful person sees doors open, while the complainer finds doors closed, not because the world has changed, but because the aura has either brightened or darkened by the words spoken within. Gratitude is not confined to grand occasions, it is found in the smallest acknowledgments. To give thanks for a simple meal, for a kind word, for the breath that fills the lungs, is to add continual polish to the aura. These little acts of thankfulness accumulate, layering the aura with brilliance. Soon it shines like a jewel, reflecting back every blessing it has received, and in that reflection, more blessings arrive. Gratitude is the law of increase, and its mark is always expansion. When one rises each day with words of thanksgiving, the aura begins the day already charged with light. When one lies down at night with thoughts of gratitude, the aura rests in peace and renews its strength. Gratitude at all times is the secret to continual brightness. It does not depend on outer riches, for even the poor in circumstance can polish their aura with gratitude, and when they do, circumstances themselves shift, for wealth hastens to meet the light. The aura polished by gratitude also becomes a shield. Where ingratitude leaves gaps for fear and doubt to enter, gratitude fills those spaces with certainty. A thankful soul does not fear loss, for it knows that supply is constant. This security strengthens the aura, making it resilient against shadows of worry. Gratitude protects as well as attracts, for it keeps the field aligned with truth and overflowing with light. Gratitude is also contagious. When carried in the aura, it inspires others to give thanks. A person filled with gratitude enters a room and changes its atmosphere. The brightness of their field softens hearts, lifts burdens, and spreads hope. Gratitude, shining through the aura, becomes a beacon that draws blessings not only to the individual, but to all who dwell near their light. Fear and worry cloud the aura, blocking opportunities. The aura is a field of light, a mirror of the soul's condition, and it thrives in clarity, brightness, and harmony. When the mind is filled with fear, the aura becomes dim and shadowed. When the heart entertains worry, the aura contracts, its radiance dulled, its magnetism weakened. What should be a beacon of attraction turns instead into a fog that conceals the path of opportunity. Blessings that would otherwise flow freely are delayed or turned away, not because they are absent, but because they cannot find entry into a field darkened by fear. Fear is the great thief of radiance. It whispers of loss, failure, and danger, and as these whispers are believed, the aura absorbs them as truth. The once luminous field begins to flicker and fade, reflecting the vibration of dread. Just as a bright lamp can be smothered under a heavy cloth, so too does fear suffocate the light of the aura. Its colors grow muddy, its energy sluggish. In this state, opportunities may appear at the door, but the aura does not invite them in. It radiates hesitation, and hesitation repels abundance. Worry is fear repeated in thought, rehearsed again and again until the aura wears its grooves. Each anxious thought is like smoke rising, clouding the field. Worry ties knots in the aura, tangling its currents, preventing the free flow of energy. A worried soul may work hard, seek earnestly, and knock at many doors, but the aura itself sends out a different message. Instead of, I am ready, I am open, I am certain, the aura signals, I am unsure, I am unworthy, I am afraid. And the universe, always faithful to mirror belief, responds accordingly. Fear and worry not only block the inflow of opportunity, they also drain what is already present. They pierce holes in the aura, leaking vitality, scattering focus, and wasting strength. A person consumed by fear finds themselves exhausted, not because of the labor of the body, but because the aura itself is strained. Energy that could attract wealth is spent in feeding shadows. Worry does not prevent tomorrow's troubles. It robs today's light. Yet the aura is always responsive. As fear clouds it, so faith can clear it. As worry binds it, so peace can loosen it. When one turns the mind from anxious repetition to thoughts of assurance, the aura begins to shift. The clouds lift, the colors return, and the field regains its brightness. Faith is the sunlight that disperses the fog, gratitude the breeze that carries it away. Each thought of courage pushes back the shadows, allowing the aura to shine again. Fear thrives in imagining worst outcomes, but the aura can be retrained by imagining good. When the soul pictures blessings instead of burdens, when it envisions doors opening instead of closing, the aura begins to glow with expectancy. Expectation of good is the antidote to worry. The aura that hums with faith in abundance broadcasts a different song, and opportunities respond as though hearing a clear call. The presence of fear and worry is felt by others, even if no words are spoken. A person with a clouded aura enters a room and spreads heaviness. Doors that could open remain shut, for no one is inspired to open them. A person whose aura is bright, however, radiates safety and hope. Their presence uplifts, and opportunities naturally unfold. The difference lies not in circumstance, but in the condition of the aura, which either shines with faith or darkens with fear. Faith in abundance expands the aura's reach like sunlight filling a room. The aura is the living extension of the soul, a field of light that responds to every thought and belief. When faith is present, it swells and stretches outward, glowing with radiance that touches everyone and everything nearby. Faith is the current that pushes back limitation, erasing shadows and filling the aura with golden light. Just as the rising sun cannot be confined to a single corner, so too faith cannot be contained. It spreads, illuminating paths unseen, and wealth is drawn into its radiance as naturally as plants lean toward the dawn. Faith in abundance is not wishful thinking, it is a knowing. It is the inner certainty that life is generous, that supply is ever flowing, and that the universe is filled with unseen channels ready to deliver what is required. When this knowing takes root, the aura vibrates with confidence. Its field extends wider, brighter, and stronger, creating a magnet that draws resources, opportunities, and blessings. Others sense the energy before a word is spoken. They feel uplifted, inspired, and assured in the presence of one whose aura hums with faith. Without faith, the aura remains small and uncertain. It contracts, as though trying to hide from the world. But faith causes the aura to expand like breath filling the lungs. With each affirmation of trust, with each thought of abundance, the aura pushes outward, growing more radiant. This expansion attracts prosperity, for wealth responds to the vibration of certainty. A dim aura sends no invitation, but a luminous one calls out to abundance with irresistible clarity. Faith transforms the invisible into the visible. When the mind holds fast to the belief that supply is infinite, the aura projects that belief into the atmosphere. It becomes a broadcast tower, sending out signals that draw in all things aligned with abundance. Circumstances bend, people appear, and doors open where none were seen before. Faith has no concern for appearances. It looks beyond them, knowing that the aura creates reality before the eye beholds it. The soul that walks in faith carries a field that blesses others. Just as sunlight does not shine for one flower alone, faith radiates outward, touching all within reach. People in the presence of such an aura feel hope awaken within themselves. Their doubts dissolve, their burdens lighten, and they find courage renewed. This is the expansive nature of faith. It not only attracts wealth to the individual, it uplifts the environment around them, creating a current of prosperity that flows in every direction. Faith in abundance also shields the aura. Where doubt pokes holes and fear casts shadows, faith seals and strengthens. It is the armor of light that keeps the field intact. No circumstance of lack can penetrate the aura filled with faith, for it radiates a conviction stronger than appearances. Even in moments of seeming shortage, the faithful aura continues to shine, knowing that provision is near. This unwavering trust becomes a call that wealth cannot ignore. Faith grows through practice. Each time one chooses trust over fear, the aura brightens. Each time one affirms abundance instead of lack, the field expands. It does not matter how small the faith may seem at first. Even a flicker of trust adds light to the aura. And as the flicker is nurtured, it becomes a flame, and the flame a sun. Soon the aura shines so brightly that blessings rush toward it, drawn as though by natural law. The aura that carries faith in abundance does not merely wait for opportunities, it creates them. It sends out a vibration of expectancy that rearranges circumstances, aligns connections, and manifests resources. Faith fills the aura with life, motion, and vitality, making it impossible for stagnation to remain. Like sunlight flooding every corner of a room, it penetrates spaces once hidden, exposing new pathways for wealth to flow. Visualization clothes the aura in the garment of riches before they appear. The aura, ever responsive to the pictures of the mind, mirrors what is held in imagination. When the soul sees itself surrounded by abundance, when it pictures success, wealth, and fulfillment, the aura absorbs these images and begins to radiate them outward. Long before riches arrive in visible form, they have already been woven into the unseen garment of the aura. The imagination is the loom upon which destiny is woven. Every image held with faith and feeling is a thread spun into the aura's robe. When one visualizes lack, the threads are gray and fragile, and the garment becomes tattered. But when one visualizes riches, freedom, joy, and prosperity, the garment gleams with colors of gold, emerald, and royal blue. The aura begins to shine with the likeness of wealth, and this likeness draws the substance of riches into reality. Visualization is not fantasy, for fantasy drifts aimlessly, while true visualization is purposeful creation. It is the deliberate act of seeing the self as already possessing the good desired. To imagine oneself walking in abundance, giving freely, living in comfort, is to instruct the aura to vibrate with that pattern. The aura, now clothed in the image of wealth, broadcasts it into the atmosphere. Opportunities respond, resources align, and the outer world reshapes itself to match the inner vision. The power of visualization lies in repetition. Each time the mind returns to the image of prosperity, the aura's garment grows stronger, more vivid, more magnetic. Just as an artist layers colors to create depth and brilliance, so too does the aura grow radiant as images of wealth are layered upon it. The vision need not be grand in detail. It may be as simple as picturing light surrounding the self or a door opening with treasure behind it. Whatever is imagined with conviction is absorbed into the aura's clothing. Consider the one who continually sees themselves as burdened and deprived. Their aura reflects this image, dull and shrunken, and the world responds in kind. But the one who pictures themselves clothed in abundance walks differently, speaks differently, radiates differently. Even before the first coin appears, their aura declares wealth, and that declaration compels riches to manifest. The world treats them as prosperous because their aura already wears the garments of prosperity. Visualization also stirs emotion, and emotion is the dye that colors the threads of the aura's robe. A dry picture painted without feeling leaves the aura unchanged. But when joy, gratitude, and expectancy flood the vision, the colors shine vividly. The aura glows, humming with the life of the image. It is this radiant glow that calls forth blessings, for emotion seals the picture into the field and magnifies its reach. Those who master visualization carry a presence that precedes them. Their aura, already dressed in riches, announces prosperity before they speak. People sense success, feel uplifted, and extend opportunities without knowing why. The garment of visualization speaks for them, declaring, "Here walks one who prospers." And the world answers, for it cannot resist responding to what the aura already wears. The beauty of visualization is that it requires no external wealth to begin. It is a practice of the inner eye, available to all. One may visualize while walking, while resting, while drifting into sleep. Each vision strengthens the aura, each picture adds brilliance to the robe. Over time, the garment becomes so radiant that physical reality bows to match its splendor. What was once unseen becomes visible, what was once imagined becomes lived, for the aura never fails to reproduce the images with which it is clothed. Giving and generosity charge the aura with circulation and flow. The aura, like a river, must remain in movement to stay alive. When the current of giving is blocked by fear, stinginess, or hoarding, the aura becomes stagnant, heavy, and dull. But when generosity flows freely, the aura sparkles with vitality, pulsing with energy that draws blessings from every direction. Wealth is not held tightly, it is circulated, and in that circulation, the aura grows brighter and stronger. Giving is the great awakener of the aura. Each act of generosity sends ripples through the field, expanding its reach. The aura hums with the rhythm of flow, attracting more to circulate again. A generous soul does not fear loss, for they know that every gift given is multiplied in return. The aura reflects this confidence, vibrating with abundance, glowing with openness, calling forth resources as surely as the sea calls rivers back into itself. The aura responds instantly to the spirit in which giving is done. A gift given grudgingly adds little light, but a gift given with joy ignites the aura like a flame. Gratitude in giving colors the aura with warmth. Love in giving paints it with rose. Joy in giving infuses it with gold. Each act of generosity, no matter how small, becomes a spark that lights up the field. Even a kind word, a smile, or a helping hand charges the aura, for true generosity is not measured in amount, but in spirit. Those who hold tightly to their possessions, fearing there is not enough, unknowingly weaken their aura. The energy contracts, becoming narrow and rigid. Opportunities sense this constriction and turn away, for wealth flows where there is openness. The miser may accumulate for a time, but their aura does not expand, and so the stream of blessing eventually dries. In contrast, the giver may seem to release, yet their aura widens with every gift, ensuring that more supply is drawn to replace what has gone out. Generosity is not only about money. Time, kindness, encouragement, and attention are treasures that strengthen the aura when shared. The aura thrives on circulation, and any act of giving keeps the current alive. A soul that withholds these gifts stifles the flow, but one that offers them freely breathes life into the field. The aura of a generous soul becomes magnetic, radiant, irresistible, for it pulses with the rhythm of eternal supply. When one gives, they silently affirm, "I have enough, I overflow, I am secure." This affirmation imprints itself on the aura, making it a magnet for more abundance. The act of releasing proves trust in infinite supply, and trust expands the aura. The world reads this expansion and responds by sending blessings back, multiplied. Just as the tide returns to the shore with greater force, so does generosity return to the giver through unexpected channels. Circulation is the secret of life. The blood must flow, the breath must move, the river must run. So too must wealth and blessings circulate through the aura. Generosity keeps the current alive, preventing stagnation and decay. The more one gives, the stronger the flow becomes, and the aura grows luminous with vitality. In this flow, there is no fear of lack, for lack is only the illusion of blocked circulation. True wealth is proven by its ability to move. The aura of a generous person precedes them like a fragrance. Others sense the openness, the kindness, the abundance, and they are drawn toward it. Opportunities find their way easily, doors swing wide, and allies gather around. Generosity creates trust, and trust multiplies wealth. The aura shines brightly because it is in harmony with the law of circulation, and this harmony ensures that blessings never cease to flow. Doubt punctures the aura, while certainty seals it with strength. The aura, like a protective shield, thrives on wholeness. It is meant to glow with coherence, harmony, and steady power. But when doubt enters the mind, it is like a needle that pricks the fabric of the aura, creating small tears through which energy leaks away. These leaks weaken the field, allowing fear, confusion, and discouragement to slip in. With every doubt entertained, the aura loses a measure of its brilliance, until the person feels drained, uncertain, and unable to attract the very blessings they long for. Certainty, however, acts as a seal. It closes the gaps, fortifies the field, and strengthens the entire aura with stability. Certainty is not merely wishful thinking. It is the unshakable knowing that what is desired is already on its way, that unseen supply is ever present, and that divine order governs every step. When the soul rests in certainty, the aura shines like a fortress of light. No fear can pierce it, no discouragement can cling to it, no confusion can dim its radiance. Certainty charges the aura with authority, and authority attracts results. Doubt is like a shadow that creeps over the aura. It whispers, "What if it does not happen? What if I am not worthy? What if the way fails?" Each whisper weakens the field, dimming its glow. A person wrapped in doubt may take action, but their aura sends out conflicting signals. Opportunities sense the uncertainty and hesitate to respond. The world mirrors the wobble of their inner state. The harvest is delayed, not because abundance is absent, but because the aura is filled with holes that leak away the magnetism of attraction. Certainty, on the other hand, is the steady flame that does not flicker. When one is certain, they carry themselves differently, speak differently, and move differently. Their aura declares with silent strength, "It is done." The outer world cannot help but align with this inner decree. People trust them, doors open for them, and blessings rush to meet them because the aura gives no signal of weakness. It radiates completion, and completion draws completion. The aura grows stronger every time certainty is chosen over doubt. Each time one resists the urge to question, to second guess, to worry, the holes are sealed. the tears are mended, and the field glows brighter. Certainty is like golden threads woven through the aura, reinforcing its fabric with resilience and power. Doubt frays these threads, leaving the garment fragile, but certainty repairs, renews, and makes the aura unbreakable. Doubt feeds on appearances. It looks at temporary lack and believes it is permanent. It stares at delay and calls it denial. But certainty looks beyond appearances, into the unseen, and holds fast to the truth that supply is infinite and that every desire aligned with good is already fulfilled. The aura reflects this vision, glowing with stability, immune to the illusions of delay. Where doubt crumbles, certainty builds. Where doubt leaks, certainty seals. The practice of certainty is a daily discipline. One must guard the aura as carefully as a treasure. When thoughts of doubt arise, they must be replaced swiftly with affirmations of faith. When worry whispers, it must be silenced with declarations of abundance. Each word of confidence strengthens the aura's walls, while each word of doubt chisels a crack. The one who chooses certainty again and again becomes unshakable, and their aura shines with a brilliance that cannot be dimmed. Those who carry certainty radiate a presence that calms others. People feel secure in their company, inspired by their strength, and uplifted by their glow. The aura becomes like a fortress of light, both impenetrable and magnetic. This fortress does not repel blessings, it draws them because certainty aligns with the law of abundance, while doubt resists it. The stronger the certainty, the more seamless the aura, and the more seamless the aura, the greater the flow of wealth, success, and fulfillment. Every thought is a seed planted in the aura, producing visible fruit. The aura is the fertile soil of the soul, an invisible garden where every idea, belief, and imagination takes root. Just as the earth does not question the seed that enters it, but simply brings it forth in due season, so does the aura faithfully bring into form whatever is planted within it. Whether the seed is one of abundance or lack, joy or sorrow, faith or fear, the aura accepts it, nurtures it, and grows it until it bears fruit in the outer world. The law is precise and impartial. A thought of confidence is a seed that blossoms into opportunities, while a thought of defeat is a seed that grows into obstacles. The aura cannot lie. It mirrors exactly what has been sown into it. Many look at their lives and wonder why certain patterns repeat, yet do not realize that the aura is only yielding the harvest of their own thoughts. The fruit does not appear by accident. It is the faithful reflection of the inner planting. When one chooses thoughts of wealth, beauty, and success, they are scattering golden seeds across the garden of their aura. These seeds germinate, sending unseen roots deep into the field, drawing nourishment from the infinite supply of the universe. Over time, the aura begins to glow with prosperity, shimmering with expectancy until the outer world cannot resist responding. Opportunities, blessings, and resources are drawn to this radiant field because the harvest has already been determined by the thoughts planted within. But when one entertains thoughts of poverty, fear, or limitation, they are planting weeds in the aura. These weeds grow quickly, choking the blossoms of prosperity, draining the energy of the field, and producing bitter fruit. The aura, once radiant, becomes clouded with doubt and heaviness. The outer world reflects this inner planting by mirroring lack, struggle, and closed doors. Just as no farmer would expect roses from thorns, one cannot expect wealth from seeds of lack. The harvest is only the truth of the thought that was sown. Each thought carries its own vibration, and the aura is the ground where that vibration takes form. Positive, life-giving thoughts are like seeds of light that color the aura with brilliance. Negative, destructive thoughts are like seeds of shadow that dim its glow. The aura is loyal to the one who plants. It does not resist, it only reflects. Thus, the mind becomes the gardener, and the aura becomes the soil that never fails to yield what is planted within it. The most powerful gardeners are those who plant consciously. They do not allow random thoughts of fear or complaint to scatter like wild weeds into their aura. Instead, they choose their seeds with care, affirming abundance, speaking life, and envisioning beauty. Each affirmation is a seed of truth, each declaration a seed of power, each vision a seed of certainty. Over time, these chosen seeds create an aura so radiant and fruitful that wealth, health, and happiness flow naturally. There is no delay in planting. The moment a thought is held with feeling, the seed is dropped into the aura. The growth may be unseen for a time, but the roots are stretching, the soil is working, and the harvest is forming. Those who understand this law guard their thoughts as carefully as treasure, for they know that every seed sown will return to them multiplied. To think is to plant, and to plant is to create the future harvest. The aura is always producing fruit, for the soil of the soul never rests. Whether one is aware or unaware, the planting goes on. Idle thoughts, careless words, and hidden beliefs are all seeds that fall into the field. If the harvest is not pleasing, the answer is not to curse the fruit, but to change the seed. By sowing new thoughts of abundance, love, and power, the aura begins to transform, and the garden of life produces a different yield. Joy is wealth's companion, and a joyous aura attracts prosperity naturally. Joy is not merely an emotion, it is a powerful vibration, a current of energy that electrifies the aura and makes it magnetic to blessings. Just as sunlight awakens the earth and causes flowers to open, joy awakens the aura and draws forth abundance from the unseen. Wealth follows joy as faithfully as a shadow follows the body, for joy is the signal that the soul is aligned with divine supply. A joyous aura is radiant and irresistible. It sends out waves of harmony, ease, and expectancy that call opportunities forth. Those who carry joy in their aura rarely chase after wealth. Instead, wealth flows toward them, drawn by the sweetness of their vibration. Prosperity loves to dwell in the company of joy because joy is proof that one already feels rich in spirit. Joy declares, "I am already blessed," and this declaration magnetizes further blessings into form. When one chooses joy, even in the smallest things, the aura expands like a field of light. Laughter, gratitude, and delight add sparkle to its colors, strengthening its vibration and making it attractive to all that is good. A person with a joyous aura does not need to demand or struggle, for their very presence opens doors. They walk into a room, and others feel uplifted by their energy. Life responds with kindness, synchronicities, and unexpected gifts, for joy has already called these things into motion. Joy and wealth are woven together by law. Where there is joy, there is circulation, and where there is circulation, there is abundance. Joy keeps the aura in motion, never stagnant, never closed. It is like a river that carries wealth along its current. Without joy, the aura becomes heavy, dim, and sluggish, blocking the flow of prosperity. But when joy is cultivated, the aura becomes alive, sparkling with vitality, and prosperity rushes to meet it. Many believe that wealth will bring joy, but the deeper truth is that joy brings wealth. A joyous aura signals readiness to receive, while a sorrowful aura signals resistance. Joy is an opening, an invitation to the universe to pour forth supply. When one chooses joy before the appearance of riches, the riches are compelled to appear, for the aura has already dressed itself in the garments of prosperity. The outer world simply mirrors the inner radiance. The cultivation of joy is a sacred discipline. It is not dependent on conditions, but chosen as a state of being. One can choose to rejoice in the rising sun, in the beauty of a simple flower, in the gift of breath and life. Each choice of joy adds golden light to the aura, strengthening its magnetic pull. Over time, the aura becomes so charged with joyous energy that lack cannot remain near it, for the vibration of joy repels heaviness and draws only abundance. A joyous aura also heals. It not only attracts prosperity, but transforms challenges into opportunities. When difficulties arise, the one who maintains joy shifts the energy, turning obstacles into stepping stones. The aura glows brighter in the face of trials, and the vibration of joy becomes a shield that deflects discouragement. Wealth finds such a soul irresistible, for prosperity thrives where joy resides. Joy is also contagious. The one who carries a joyous aura blesses others by simply existing. Their laughter inspires, their gratitude uplifts, and their light spreads outward, multiplying abundance for all. The universe delights in pouring more into such a vessel, for joy shared multiplies joy received. As others are uplifted, new channels of wealth open, and the joyous aura continues to attract prosperity without effort, without strain, without delay. Wealth is not chased, it is magnetized by the aura's energy. To chase wealth is to affirm that it is distant, elusive, and outside of oneself. The very act of pursuit creates a vibration of lack, declaring to the universe that one does not yet have. But when the aura is filled with confidence, gratitude, and expectancy, wealth comes near without being pursued. It is drawn as naturally as a compass needle is drawn to the north, for the aura's energy makes it inevitable. The aura is the true currency of attraction. Just as a magnet does not strain to pull iron toward itself, the aura does not struggle to draw wealth. It simply radiates its frequency, and wealth responds in harmony. The greater the energy of clarity, joy, and certainty within the aura, the stronger the magnetic pull toward abundance. Those who understand this secret cease from anxious striving and instead tend to their inner radiance, knowing that all outer riches flow from this invisible source. When one chases wealth, it often flees, for the aura is clouded with desperation. Desperation is a signal of fear, and fear weakens the magnetic field. Opportunities close, resources scatter, and doors remain shut because the aura has proclaimed lack. But when one rests in the assurance that supply is already theirs, the aura shines with peace and confidence. In that state, opportunities arrive without strain, resources appear at the right moment, and doors open without force. The aura speaks louder than words. A person may declare, "I am wealthy," yet if their aura radiates fear and doubt, their declaration is powerless. Another may speak little, but if their aura glows with gratitude and certainty, wealth will find them in unexpected ways. It is not the outer chase that matters, but the inner charge, for the aura is the true magnet of prosperity. Wealth is vibration before it is possession. To attract it, one must become it. The aura must already carry the feeling of abundance, as though the riches were already in hand. When the aura vibrates with the joy of already having, the universe mirrors that state and supplies the outer evidence. This is the reason why those who live with inner richness, peace, joy, gratitude, seem to find wealth flowing easily to them. Their aura has declared abundance long before their bank accounts did. Magnetizing wealth through the aura requires alignment, not pursuit. Alignment comes through cultivating faith in abundance, practicing gratitude, and maintaining joy. Each of these qualities charges the aura, brightening its field and strengthening its pull. The one who aligns in this way discovers that wealth does not need to be hunted down. It arrives, summoned by the vibration of the aura itself. Even in silence, the aura calls. It sends out signals to people, places, and opportunities that match its frequency. The aura of abundance attracts generous companions, fruitful ventures, and unexpected gifts. The aura of lack attracts debts, delays, and disappointments. Each person becomes a living magnet, shaping their reality by the invisible energy they carry. To magnetize wealth, one must release the chase and cultivate the charge. This is done by dwelling on thoughts of prosperity, speaking affirmations of sufficiency, and rejoicing in blessings already present. Each moment of gratitude strengthens the aura. Each vision of abundance adds power to its field. Each act of generosity increases its radiance. Over time, the aura becomes irresistible to wealth, and riches flow without struggle or strain. The aura trained in truth becomes a beacon, calling forth riches from seen and unseen sources. Truth is the foundation of power, for it aligns the inner life with divine law. When a soul commits to truth, illusions of lack dissolve, fear loses its grip, and the aura becomes clear, strong, and radiant. In this state, the aura shines like a lighthouse, visible not only to those in the physical realm, but also to the unseen forces that govern supply. Truth anchors the aura, and the anchored aura attracts prosperity with certainty. A beacon does not move, it stands steady and emits light. In the same way, a truth-trained aura does not waver between doubt and faith, fear and confidence. It shines consistently, declaring to the universe that abundance is a fact, not a wish. This unwavering glow sends out vibrations that wealth cannot ignore. Opportunities, resources, and helpers are drawn from every direction, for the aura is broadcasting the signal of sufficiency. Seen sources are the channels visible to human eyes: businesses, careers, investments, and relationships. When the aura radiates truth, these channels open naturally, partnerships align, doors swing wide, and the right people arrive at the right time. But the aura does not depend solely on these visible avenues. It also calls forth riches from unseen sources: divine timing, spiritual law, unexpected blessings, and synchronicities too intricate to be planned. Truth unlocks both realms, weaving the visible and invisible into one seamless flow of supply. When one lives by falsehoods, fear of lack, belief in limitation, or doubt in divine provision, the aura dims and becomes fragmented. In such a state, wealth passes by unnoticed, for the aura is not sending out a clear call. But when truth is chosen, when one affirms the eternal abundance of life, the aura grows steady, whole, and luminous. It no longer broadcasts confusion, but certainty. It no longer begs for riches, but shines with the knowledge that riches are already present in potential form. A truth-trained aura is magnetic because it is honest. It does not carry the vibration of pretense or desperation, which repels prosperity. Instead, it vibrates with authenticity, integrity, and clarity. Wealth, like light, is drawn to clarity. Just as clean water reflects the sun more beautifully than muddy water, a clear aura reflects divine abundance more powerfully than one clouded with untruth. The more one disciplines the mind to dwell on truth, the brighter the aura becomes and the stronger its magnetism. Riches called forth by a truth-trained aura are lasting and pure. They are not gained through deception or struggle, but through alignment with law. Such wealth brings peace, freedom, and expansion rather than fear of loss. This is why some acquire riches and yet feel empty, while others radiate abundance from within and watch their outer world overflow with prosperity. The difference lies in the aura. One rooted in illusion may accumulate but cannot sustain, while one rooted in truth draws and holds wealth with ease. The aura trained in truth also becomes a blessing to others. Its light not only magnetizes wealth for the one who carries it, but also illuminates pathways for those nearby. People feel uplifted in its presence, inspired to believe in abundance themselves. In this way, the truth-trained aura multiplies prosperity, becoming a channel through which the unseen supplies of the universe flow into the seen world. Your aura is your spiritual business card. Train it well, and the world answers with abundance. Just as a card carries your name, presence, and identity into the hands of another, your aura carries your inner truth, beliefs, and vibration into the world around you. Long before words are spoken, Long before actions are taken, your aura introduces you. It announces to the universe what you believe about yourself, what you expect from life, and what you are ready to receive. A business card either attracts interest or it does not. It can be vibrant, polished, and compelling, or it can be dull and uninspiring. In the same way, the aura either radiates confidence, joy, and expectancy, or it reflects fear, doubt, and lack. The world responds accordingly. People, opportunities, and resources are drawn not to what you say you want, but to the energy you continually carry. This is why one person walks into a room and is immediately noticed, while another passes by unseen. The difference is the condition of the aura. Training the aura is the highest form of preparation for wealth and success. To leave the aura untended is to leave your spiritual business card blank or smudged, sending unclear signals to the universe. But when you discipline the mind, refine the emotions, and anchor yourself in truth, the aura shines with unmistakable radiance. That radiance becomes your introduction to the world, silently declaring, "I am abundant, I am worthy, I am ready." Such an aura cannot be ignored, for abundance itself rushes to greet it. Your aura communicates more powerfully than speech. Words may attempt to persuade, but if the aura contradicts them, no persuasion takes hold. A person can say, "I am prosperous," yet if their aura vibrates with fear of bills and doubt in supply, those words fall empty. Another can speak little of prosperity, but radiate calm assurance, gratitude, and expectancy, and the world rushes to provide proof of that vibration. The aura reveals the truth the lips cannot conceal. Abundance answers to trained energy. When your aura carries the polish of gratitude, the confidence of faith, and the glow of joy, it becomes irresistible. Just as a well-designed card leaves a lasting impression on anyone who touches it, a well-trained aura leaves a lasting impression on anyone who comes near it. People feel drawn to assist you, opportunities seem to align in your favor, and doors open without your forcing them. This is not coincidence, but the response of the world to your invisible calling card. The aura, when neglected, carries stains of worry, fear, and self-doubt. These stains send out mixed signals. "I want abundance, but I expect struggle," or "I desire prosperity, but I do not feel worthy of it." The universe cannot deliver clearly to a blurred request. Training the aura clears these distortions, replacing them with clarity and strength. It is a spiritual practice of daily alignment, through gratitude, affirmations, visualization, and acts of generosity. Each act trains the aura to broadcast abundance more purely. The unseen world recognizes the aura before the seen world does. Opportunities are stirred, hearts are moved, and doors are shifted in response to its silent broadcast. This is why abundance can come from unexpected channels, arriving from sources you never imagined. Your aura sends out a call, and both the visible and invisible realms answer. The business card you hand to the universe is received, read, and returned with gifts that match its message. To train your aura well is to polish your introduction to life. It is to step into the world already radiant, already aligned, already declaring abundance. The aura makes no mistakes. It mirrors exactly what you believe and expect. Train it in truth, in faith, in gratitude, and the world has no choice but to reflect that training back in the form of wealth, opportunity, and overflowing blessings. The aura is not merely an invisible field, it is the living testimony of the soul's beliefs, emotions, and expectations. It reflects the inner world more faithfully than words or appearances ever could. When clouded with fear, worry, and doubt, it repels prosperity, but when polished with gratitude, charged with faith, and clothed in joy, it becomes a magnet for wealth and opportunity. Every thought plants a seed within the aura, and every affirmation colors it with strength or with lack. To cultivate prosperity, one must choose the seed of abundance, water it with gratitude, and protect it with certainty. Poverty consciousness weakens the aura, but prosperity consciousness strengthens it until it shines like a beacon. In this radiant state, wealth is not chased, but magnetized, drawn by the irresistible pull of truth. The aura is your spiritual business card, silently introducing you to the world before you speak. It announces your worth, your faith, and your readiness to receive. When trained in truth, it calls forth riches from both seen and unseen sources, aligning divine law with human opportunity. It becomes a lighthouse of supply, guiding prosperity to your door with unwavering light. To master the aura is to master the unseen forces that shape destiny. It is to step into the flow of life, where wealth circulates freely, joy companions abundance, and giving multiplies what is received. The trained aura is a blessing not only to the one who carries it, but also to all who encounter its glow, for it spreads faith, inspires confidence, and awakens prosperity in others. When you polish your aura with gratitude, protect it with faith, and strengthen it with truth, the universe has no choice but to answer. Riches flow, opportunities appear, and doors open, not by struggle, but by the silent command of the aura's radiance.